going to walk away with tears in his eyes, looking weak, and oh, by the way, bailing out on the team. He knows that most people who know him would not think that about him. They'd get their antennas up, they'd start asking questions, and they'd look directly in the direction of the Los Angeles Lakers. That's what he knows people will do. He knows they're doing it right now, and that's exactly what he wanted done, which is why he made the decision yesterday as opposed to after the season ended, because he wanted them in the eye of the storm right now.
Love me some Magic Johnson, but he's never going to live this down. Magic will never live this down. And if that's the reason he made this choice, I think it's poorly considered, especially considering he makes this announcement and totally overshadows the end of the careers of both Dirk Nowitzki and Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade and Nowitzki. Their last games, and they're completely knocked out of any headlines because Magic just stole the show. Those kind of things, especially at that level of executive leadership in the fraternity of the NBA, I think are important, and I think that was poorly thought out. I don't think Magic will ever live this down. That's how bad a decision it was to do it this way. Stephen A., you mentioned Kobe Bryant, and I'm going to talk about the Buss family. The late, great Dr. Jerry Buss, the greatest owner in the history of American team sports, by far, was not perfect. Nobody is. And when Magic Johnson, who, let's not forget, was a coach killer. People always think coach killer is a bad thing, like you undermine the coach. I don't see it that way. I see a coach killer as a superstar player who knows that's not the right coach for him and the team, and they'd be better off with someone else. And Magic Johnson got rid of Paul Westhead, who was a championship coach. And when he did, because they weren't playing the style conducive to him, and by the way, I'm sure he doesn't like that reputation, LeBron James is now, his people are very concerned about this idea that LeBron James would be considered a coach killer, right, and want to get rid of Luke Walton. I'll get into that. We'll talk about that a little later. But what happened when Westhead was gotten rid of? Does anyone remember this? There was a circus carnival press conference in which the late, great Dr. Jerry Buss, the greatest owner in the history of American team sports by far, announced 2 head coaches. The Lakers were going to have both Jerry West and Pat Riley as their, co-head coaches. He somehow thought that was a good idea. And it was a circus. And why? Well, partly it's because I think Dr. Buss liked to be liked. He felt loyal to people and liked to be liked. And I believe Jeanie is the same way. And I think at times that can be a detriment. When you look at who's in place, with the Lakers, and where there may have been a sticking point. We look at Pelinka. Stephen A., you've been talking about that for weeks now. Rob Pelinka.